Hey, Carl. I just wanted to check if you're really coming over to Olivia's place for dinner tonight. I've just finished work and I have a text and a missed call from her. She said you called her at lunchtime and said you decided to come over tonight. I think she was panicking because she's been staying at my place a lot and she hasn't been to the store. I'm so sorry, but I don't know if I can make it. I'm always busy on Wednesday evenings because I have work until 6 p.m. and then basketball practice after that. It might be better if you come over to my place for dinner instead, but we were thinking about just getting a takeout tonight. We should have gone to the grocery store yesterday, but we were both so tired we just gave up on the idea.
A takeout? On a weeknight? I can't imagine why you would want to do that. That's unbelievably irresponsible of you. If Olivia is too tired to cook, then why can't you cook yourself? Olivia's mother always used to have something in the freezer or store cupboard for emergencies. Surely there's something that you can do.
Maybe there's something we can cook at my place if we really needed to, but I probably won't be home until 8 p.m. and I expect Olivia is too tired to cook.
You're still planning on going to your basketball practice even though I said I was coming over for dinner? I'm just about to set off now. Aren't you going to go straight home to make sure everything is as nice as possible for your father-in-law?
Well, I'll call Olivia and tell her you're going to my place. She'll be there. I'll be home as fast as I can after practice. Can you wait for me to get home before eating?
It's just common courtesy to be at home when you have guests, whether it's a weekday or a weekend. You should skip basketball for this.
You're right, Carl. I'll get home as soon as I can. My teammates won't be worried if I miss one night of training. But if you're expecting home-cooked food, I'll probably have to stop by the store on the way home. I'll find out what Olivia's thinking when I call her.
I'm sure Olivia has everything under control, but you might want to drop into the store and pick up some beers. We might need to have a little bit of a man-to-man chat tonight.
We do? Why? Is something wrong?
I'm not sure. That's what I'm trying to find out. I was talking to Olivia on a video call last weekend, and she seems a little thin and drawn.
Oh, yeah. Actually, maybe we should talk to her about that. I really think it's just because she's so busy with work at the moment that she's getting kind of tired. I'm trying to make sure that she eats well, but she is such a picky eater that she doesn't like to take a packed lunch with her to work. I think she just ends up going to some junk food restaurant each day, and it's not doing her much good.
Well, I hope you're not nagging her about it. I know that she doesn't like it when someone pesters her about her eating habits. She'll just close herself off. I don't have to remind you that Olivia has struggled with her weight before, and she doesn't like anyone drawing attention to it.
No, I know that. I'm not trying to pester her or be critical about her weight. I just think if she ate healthier, she'd feel less tired all the time. I just want her to know that I have her best interests at heart.
Well, I don't think it's necessary for you to talk to her about it at all. You should just try to ensure that she's eating healthy at dinner times. All you need to do is make sure you get home before her and make a healthy, appetizing dinner for both of you to eat. Unless you think that you can't cook well enough for that. But surely in this day and age, young men like yourself are just as capable of cooking as women are.
It's not that I can't cook, Carl, but I can't exactly come home from work early every single day to cook for Olivia. I have a responsibility to my team as well.
Okay, well, we can talk about it when I get there. And I can take Livy out hiking at the weekend and get her some fresh air. I'm sure you guys never get out of the city.
I'm sure that she would really like that. We don't go hiking as often as we would like. On the weekend, we tend to be busy with chores and preparations for the week ahead. And we will make sure to have a big, healthy dinner tonight if you're coming over. Have you spoken to Olivia? Has she told you she's cooking something? I could pick up a dessert.
Well, at least I'll know that she's eating well this evening. She hasn't called back, so I'm not sure what she's making. She's probably at the store right now. You should call her and let her know what we decided before you get into the car. I don't want her to start cooking at her place if we're all going to be at yours. I don't know why you two insist on still having 2 apartments if she just spends all her time at yours.
It's not for much longer. I'll call her and I'll see you around in 30 minutes, I guess.
Hey, Luke. I just wanted to say that was an interesting place we looked at today. The neighborhood looked great as well. There seems to be a lot of green space. And I noticed the quality of the building work on the extension. That must have been a very expensive investment the previous owners made. I almost feel like it's a shame that they don't live there themselves.
I know, right? But the realtor said that they've moved onto an even better and bigger place. I'm really glad that you like the place. Apparently the neighborhood is really popular with newlyweds because the commuter links are so good. I think the realtor said about 80% of the people who live in the area are our age, and the schools are great too. I was hoping that you would like the place. I wouldn't want you to be worrying about us living in a bad neighborhood or anything.
Yes, it does seem like a nice place to live, but I didn't say I liked it.
Oh, what did you think about the inside? I thought it was even better than the outside. There's so much potential. I can just imagine the place with our furniture and color schemes. I think Olivia is excited to start decorating already.
Well, I thought the sitting room was a little on the small side. I would have thought it would be bigger, considering how big the dining room is. I would say you should switch them over, but it wouldn't make sense to have the sitting room next to the kitchen and the dining room so far away.
Oh, I didn't think the sitting room was too small. According to the floor plan, it's around the same size as the dining room, about 200 square feet. And the bedrooms are a good size too, don't you think? It's great that it has 3 bedrooms. One of them even has an ensuite. Did you see that?
Well, just because there are a lot of rooms, that doesn't mean that the house is big enough or right for you guys. You shouldn't be fooled into thinking it's good because of an ensuite. Honestly, I think you'll have trouble fitting more than one sofa in the sitting room, and there isn't a lot of space for storage either. And when you get to the bedroom, I think the bed will take up the whole room. What are you going to do with all your stuff?
Oh, didn't you see that the closets were built in? I'm hoping there's going to be enough storage space. And it's only the 2 of us at the moment, so if we need more space, we could use one of the spare bedrooms for storage, couldn't we? I really think it would be a great place for our first house. We're lucky we can afford something that good, actually. The realtor said it was great value considering the size and location.
Oh, he said that? You keep talking about what this realtor said, but I wouldn't believe anything they say. They're all con artists, I promise. I expect he's just using the classic real estate tricks of confusing you with numbers and statistics while distracting you from all the downsides to the property. Seriously, you and Olivia both went to an Ivy League university. Do you really think that that house is appropriate for a couple with your earning power? I'm sure you can afford something bigger if you try harder. What is the point in going to a prestigious college like that if you're going to settle for a small place where you can't even put a bedside table next to the bed? I just don't think that my daughter, the bride-to-be, is going to be really excited about a place like that. Did she actually talk about her plans to decorate, or did you imagine that? Anyway, I'll have to start getting ready to go out. I have a round of golf to play this afternoon with my friends from the Chamber of Commerce. I think I might need a distraction from the dump of a house I just had to traipse around. The neighborhood was the only good thing going for it. I have to be honest, if you guys decide to move in there, I might have trouble visiting.
Wow, don't you think you're being a little harsh, Carl? It's not as bad as you're making it out. My dad visited, and he said he thought it was a great first house. Once we have all our stuff in there, I think we'll have plenty of space. I certainly wouldn't be embarrassed to live there. A lot of my friends who graduated from the same university still can't afford to buy a house.
You think I'm being harsh? I'm only saying what I think because that's what is best for you to hear. I'm sure your dad agrees with me, but he doesn't want to hurt your feelings. I just think you're being taken for a ride by that real estate agent, and you should know about it. If you're making a mistake, it's better for me to tell you now than after you've bought the place, right? I'm only trying to help, Luke. Don't throw it back in my face. But I really have to go and get ready for golf. Don't do anything about that house until you've seen a few more, and don't sign anything without talking to me. You only get one life, Luke. You should make sure that you don't waste your money or your chances. Big decisions like these need to be considered carefully. I'm absolutely certain you can find something better.
Hey babe, what's up? I'm just finishing up at work. Did you have a nice day visiting that house with my dad? I hope he was really impressed. He ought to be.
Hey, Liv. Yeah, it was okay.
Oh, are you sure? You seem a little off. Did something happen?
No, nothing happened in particular. I'm just a bit down. It wasn't the big success I was hoping, but I guess I shouldn't have been so confident.
Oh man, why? What did my dad say to you? He never has had a filter, but since my mom died, he just says whatever he wants. She was the only person who could stop him. I bet he was rude about the house, wasn't he? Or was he rude about you specifically? I guess it's getting worse as he gets older. He just doesn't care who he offends anymore. Do you want me to try and talk to him again?
Actually, what he said was mainly about the house, but I could tell that there was the same subtext as always, me not being good enough for you. I don't think you have to talk to him about it. It doesn't really upset me that much. I just wish we had a better relationship. My dad and I get along so well that it feels weird to me that there's someone like my dad in age and habits, but I don't get along with him at all. Does that make sense?
Totally. I'm sorry you had to deal with that again, babe. What did he say about the house, though?
Basically that it's too small for us. He seemed disappointed that I couldn't afford more. I don't know if he expected my dad to help us out with money for a deposit or something, but I don't think that my dad can afford to do that right now. My mom's hospital bills are still pretty high. Even though she's getting better, she still needs to go for checkups and stuff. I know your dad is a self-made man. He began his life with pretty much nothing, right? So he should understand that it's okay to start small. And I also know that he raised you really well and you managed to go to a great school and graduate with an amazing degree and everything, so I can see how he would want the absolute best for you. But I also think that he's being a bit harsh saying that the house we saw today is far too small for us. It is perfectly fine and within our price range. My dad and I both think it's a great option for our first house. You like it too, don't you?
Yeah, of course I like it. I'm sorry my dad was so weirdly negative about it. I'll try to talk to him about it and make him see the positive things about it. And he needs to know how uncomfortable and upset he's making you.
Okay, just try not to make it sound like I ran to you crying, though. I still want him to respect me a little bit.
Oh my god, you're not actually crying, are you?
No!
But it sounds like he just took his shot at you and you didn't react so badly, so I guess I should thank you for not starting a fight with my dad anyway.
Yeah, I don't want our relationship to get any worse, and I don't think he'll like it if I start talking back to him, right? Thanks for seeing this stuff from my perspective. I sometimes worry that you're gonna take your dad's side and I'll be outnumbered. I should remember to be thankful that you're around. You always make me feel better after your dad makes me feel bad.
Exactly. I grew up with my dad, so I know he can be a bit harsh sometimes, and he doesn't consider people's feelings at all. Imagine what it was like dealing with that as a teenager. I'm sorry. I wish I'd taken today off to come and see the house with you guys.
It's okay. At the end of the day, it's our decision which house to buy, but if your dad wants to give me honest advice, I'll listen to it. And if he's giving advice in a mean-spirited way, that's fine. I don't want to cause an argument, and I can deal with people like him.
You're such a great guy, Luke. I know it's hard not to react when my dad is being argumentative. He likes to get a rise out of people. I guess the best way to deal with him is just to ignore the fact that his comments are mean and just act like he's not affecting you. But I'm glad you both went to see that house. I do want to see it again before we decide what to do. Work was so stressful today. I really wish I'd just come with you guys instead. But all the stress I build up at work just goes away when I get to hang out with you again. You're so good at getting me to relax and forget about work stuff. I'm coming over to yours tonight to hang out, okay?
Sure, you know you're welcome at mine whenever. We're gonna move in and get married pretty soon anyway, and a lot of your stuff is here.
I know. The only reason I don't just live there is because my own place is so much more convenient for work. But tonight I just need to talk to you. You can distract me from all the losers at work who keep messing stuff up.
Oh dear, well, I can try. While we're on the subject of distractions, did you put any more thought into our business idea? I know you're really busy with work, but I'm so excited to get moving on the cafe plan. What do you think? Should we start looking for places in the neighborhood where our new house will be?
Oh, that cafe thing? I wasn't sure if you were serious about that, actually. But I looked into it, and I think there's a lot of licenses and stuff we'd need. But maybe just the money aspect is what we'd struggle with at the moment. We have to plan as though we won't make any money at first, right? I think it might not be feasible. It's not looking too great at the moment.
Oh, do you think so? I really was serious about it. I've spoken to my dad about investing, and was thinking about asking your dad as well.
Oh, no way. My dad would never take a financial risk like that. He's too much of a tightwad for private investments. I don't think there's any need to ask your parents either. Doesn't your dad still have hospital bills to deal with? It just doesn't seem fair to ask other people to finance our business when we don't have any experience or anything. Don't you think it's too risky?
I don't know. Every business usually needs some financial help to start with. I think most people have to get a loan from the bank. But that can be expensive in the long term, and my dad would love to be able to support us. He definitely can't afford to give us a lot of money for the down payment on our house, but I'm not talking about a huge amount for the business and license fees. My dad just said that he really wants to support both of us somehow. He is so proud of you and how smart and knowledgeable you are about business.
I'm not sure why he would be so proud of me. I haven't exactly done anything impressive. I don't have anything to brag about. But it's nice he thinks of me like that. I guess having a business degree from a good college could be impressive to a lot of people. You're lucky your dad is so optimistic and trusting about our business potential. I always expect the worst, and I think my dad is the same as me.
I really think your degree is worth bragging about, and you have lots of real-world experience now. Just think about all the obstacles you've overcome to get where you are now. It is really impressive, even if you don't see it. Plus, you're one of the most modest and selfless people I know. I think my dad really appreciates that about you. You always take the time to check up on how my mom is doing, and you remember both of their birthdays and bake cakes and stuff. And you're always running errands for them when they don't have time to go to the drugstore or supermarket, right? It's really good of you to always think of them. I've heard my mom say that she's happy she finally got a daughter like she wanted. You know, they always wanted to have more children, but it never worked out, so I'm an only child. So it is a big deal for them to have someone like you in their lives. If they want to help us finance our business, it's probably just to show how much they love and support us. I think even if the business totally failed and they lost their whole investment, they'd still consider it money well spent. They'd say at least we learned something. But maybe you're right. Getting married, buying a house, and starting a business all at the same time might not be feasible.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be too much to handle. But if your parents are happy to take the risk, perhaps we should try.
Well, my dad loves your baking, so his reaction to the idea that we would go into business together was just like, if I invest, do I get a free cake? And he'll help out with the advice and stuff too. He started his own business at our age, so he has a lot of experience and wisdom to share. Maybe we should have a meeting about it, just to talk over some things. There's no point in not trying, right? Do you think that we should try and get your dad involved too?
I don't think so. I'm really grateful for the support of your mom and dad, whether it's just advice or financial help too, but we should probably avoid getting my dad's opinion. I mean, you heard what he had to say about the new house. Imagine how rude he could be about our business ideas. Let's just forget about him for today. We're happy with our choices, right? I'm so glad I met you, Luke. I feel so lucky to have you.
Oh, that's nice, Liv. I feel the same way, and we make such a beautiful couple, right? But that is beside the point. You're amazing, and I'm so happy to have met you when we're both making our way through busy college life. There are so many reasons we might never have met, right? It's fate, don't you agree?
Definitely. I'll see you in half an hour or so, soulmate.
Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on our group chat and say thank you for having me today. It was really great to see you guys.
Hey, sweetie, you're totally welcome. We always enjoy having you around so much.
Even if you do eat us out of house and home every time you visit, I think your mom is going to have to send me out to the store just so that we can eat breakfast tomorrow.
Excuse me? I didn't eat as much as you at lunch, Dad. I don't think you can totally blame me if your refrigerator is empty, can you? But everything was delicious. Thank you so much for cooking, both of you.
Oh, ignore him, Luke. He's just trying to wind you up. I like having you over so I can feed you up. You never seem to eat enough by yourself. I'm glad you're going to be getting married soon, because then I hope you'll start eating proper meals with your wife.
Is Olivia a good cook? I mean, I know she's an excellent baker. My belt doesn't fasten up as tight as it used to since she started making my birthday cakes. But we still haven't been over to you guys for dinner yet, so we have no idea if her skills extend to savory dishes or not.
Oh my goodness, Stuart. Does it matter? This is the 21st century, and Luke can cook for both of them if Olivia doesn't like to. I was only suggesting they might sit down for a proper dinner each night once they've moved in together.
Chill, Mom, it is okay. Olivia and I can both cook. I'm sorry we've never invited you guys over for dinner, but we will definitely do that once we've moved into our new place. But for now, I'm happy coming over to your house and being treated like a guest like I was today. What excellent spaghetti you make, Mom. Maybe it's you guys who should be thinking about starting a cafe business.
That's enough of the flattery from you, young man. You're just hoping for another invitation, aren't you? Well, you're welcome to come over anytime. You know I'll never be able to resist your cute smiling face. I can still see that cheeky little boy you used to be. But you got your good looks from your father. We all know that.
Oh, shucks. You're gonna embarrass both of us, Melanie. But I won't try to deny it. Good looks run in the family, so what can I say? I always knew with your mom's brains and my good looks, you'd turn out to be a good kid. Now you're all grown up and getting married. You know we're looking forward to you and Olivia looking after us in our old age. You're bound to make a success of this business venture together.
Dad, I don't want to ruin it by being overly confident too early on. We all know starting a business takes a lot of hard work and at least a little bit of luck, right?
You're right. I know a lot about getting lucky in business. You know I met my business partner totally by accident one day at college. It was the start of the semester, and we'd both gone the wrong way to our economics class and we were lost. We really bonded over that.
Yeah, I know the story, Dad. I'm hoping for some luck with the cafe. We just need the word to get around once we're open, basically.
Well, as long as your product is good, you're golden. People will help you by spreading the word among their friends. If your coffee is good enough, I don't even think you'll need to advertise. These days, people are desperate for something that isn't from a soul-destroying big chain brand.
Your dad is right, honey. All of my friends are talking about boycotting the big chains and supporting the little guy. They'll totally be behind you.
That's nice, Mom, but I don't think your friends are going to drive all the way to another town just for coffee and pastries, are they?
They will if I make them. There's a lot to be said for peer pressure, you know? Even at our age, people will follow the crowd.
Mom, you're terrible. You can't do that. I'd feel really bad for your friends.
You're right. I probably won't make them go all the way there with me more than once or twice.
How are the plans coming for your business anyway? Have you and Olivia made any progress with applying for loans and things like that? But maybe we shouldn't have this conversation without Olivia. I was kind of hoping she would come along with you today so that we could chat about it in person. But you didn't bring her, and then I forgot about it because I was so busy eating your mom's delicious spaghetti. What is she up to today? I hope she's not working.
Stuart, you know I told you Olivia is busy today. We had a conversation about it yesterday. Don't you remember? She sent me a very polite message saying she couldn't make it. I showed it to you, didn't I?
Oh, right. I do remember that. I also remember wondering why she only said she was busy and not what she was busy doing. Is it a secret?
Stuart, stop trying to wheedle information out of Luke. People are allowed to have their secrets from each other. There's no need to be suspicious about it.
It's fine, Mom. Olivia was working today. I'm not sure why she didn't say that. It's not a secret at all. She's been working a lot of weekends at the moment. She has a big project on, and there are lots of little deadlines that they have to meet, I think. Actually, while we're talking about the business plan, there was something that I've been meaning to talk to you both about now that Mom is getting better. I should have brought it up while I was there, but I forgot as well. Maybe Mom's cooking has some kind of magical power causing forgetfulness.
Maybe so. Okay, so what did you want to talk about, son?
It was just kind of general wondering, actually. I'm not sure if it was such a good idea for us to be thinking of starting a business and taking out a loan right now. We'll have the new house to worry about and the mortgage repayments, planning the wedding and all the expenses of that. Olivia's dad doesn't seem wild about the idea, and I'm starting to second guess myself. Can you tell me honestly if you think it's a bad idea?
Oh, I see. Well, when you put it like that, it does sound like an awful lot of change and work and expense to deal with at the same time, doesn't it? But on the other hand, you've been studying business and thinking about starting your own cafe for such a long time. I think as long as you're well prepared, which I think you will be, it'll be fine. Don't forget, Olivia's dad doesn't know you as well as we do. He doesn't know how badly you've wanted this.
I agree with your father, honey. You're talking about all these other expenses, but don't forget the wedding has a separate fund. Olivia's father has been saving for that for a long time, and so have we. And buying a house and moving is a pretty stressful process, but it'll be over before you know it. I don't think you should give up on the cafe plan completely while you're doing all that other stuff, but maybe set aside a weeknight to plan and think about it. And once everything else has been sorted, you can jump back into that straight away.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks, guys. I probably won't have much time to think about the business until after the wedding anyway. But Olivia's also kind of hard to talk to it about. She's being so non-committal, even though it was her idea to make it a priority in the first place. I was pretty happy just thinking about it as something I would do in a few years' time, but she was so enthusiastic about it last month. She kept talking about how much she wanted to set up her own baking business and how much she needed to change from her boring day job and stuff. Now, she kind of seems distracted by work, and I'm doing all of the planning by myself. But I can't blame her because she's super busy. She even found an empty lot close to the house we've been thinking of buying, and she was saying how perfect it was as a Parisian-style cafe with all the tables outside. But now her dad has started being negative about the idea, and Olivia seems uninterested as well. I'm not sure what to do.
Have you guys been to see the property? Is it for sale, or was she thinking of renting it?
Well, that's kind of the problem. We've got so many expenditures at the moment, we wouldn't exactly be able to afford another loan to buy the place. Luckily, they're offering it either for sale or to rent, but we still need a deposit for the rent. I'm worried it's going to go to someone else if we don't act quickly. But the sale of our house hasn't even been finalized yet. What are we going to do if we rent an expensive business property and the house purchase falls through and we can't move anywhere near enough to the business? Do you guys have any advice? I really need your help.
It's okay, son. First of all, you don't need to be causing yourself extra stress with all of this anxiety about the cafe space you found. If you don't end up with the specific lot, I'm certain there will be something even better just as close to your new place. And I really don't think you need to worry about the sale of your new house falling through. You've had your offer accepted, and you've been approved for a mortgage, haven't you?
Yeah, we've definitely gone through the process. I just can't shake this feeling that everything is going to go wrong with it.
He's right, sweetie. You can rely on us to help you out. If you need a little money to go towards the deposit for the cafe property, we'll help out. But I think you should give the purchase of the house a few more weeks to get finalized and then start thinking about places to rent for your business. I know you think this place you found would be perfect, but if the timing isn't right, then you can't really call it perfect, can you? There will be other places, and it sounds like Olivia isn't as desperate to have that place as she thought she was at first. If it doesn't work out, she might even be a bit relieved that she doesn't have to worry about the business and her dad's negative opinions for a little while.
Well, I guess on the one hand, we don't have the business plan finalized or the loan in place yet, so it's probably too early to be considering where to open our cafe. But I went to look around this place and I just fell in love with it. I really think it's worth the risk. I was thinking, with your help, we could actually make it work. If you really think I don't need to worry about the house purchase going wrong somehow, then I think we should go for it. But I want to treat it like a loan from you guys. Once the business is making money, we'll start paying you back. And I know that this is a big ask, but I was hoping that one of you guys would volunteer to have your name on the lease instead of Olivia or me. That way, it won't affect our credit rating badly while we're still trying to get approved for a business loan. What do you think? Of course, I'll be paying the rent through my own bank account, so you won't have to worry about any of that stuff. The only problem would be if we suddenly couldn't afford the rent. But I promise to keep you up to date with our finances so that we can avoid any issues.
Oh, I see. Okay, that is a big favor you're asking, Luke, but I don't think it'll be a problem as long as you're prepared to start working on it straight away. Are you going to be juggling 2 jobs for a little while? How are you going to manage all of this work?
Yeah, I'll be working on the business evenings and weekends until I get to a place where I think I can quit my job and just focus on the cafe. But Olivia's planning on quitting her job pretty soon. She'll be able to handle the day-to-day running of the cafe until it starts making money.
I see. Are you sure that it's a good idea to leave all of that responsibility to her? Won't she be a little bit freaked out?
No way, Mom. She is so excited for the challenge. Don't forget that this is Olivia we're talking about. And I'll be there to help her on the weekends.
I'm just a bit worried she's so focused on her own job right now that when the time comes, she won't want to quit. Have you talked about it recently?
Yeah, we discussed the plan a few days ago. She still thinks that she's the best person to get the business up and running. And she's gonna be my wife soon, so I have to be able to trust her with stuff like that, right? I can't start telling her that I don't think that she can do it.
It's decided then. We'll put the deposit in the first month's rent down for this place near your new house. After that, you can start paying for it yourselves. Of course, I'll have to visit it myself before I can do that. Will you arrange a viewing with that real estate office? How about Tuesday?
Dad, you are amazing. I can't believe that you would do something like that for me. Tuesday will be fine. I'll call the real estate guy and take the afternoon off. Olivia is going to be so happy to hear about this.
Hey everyone! I've decided to create this group for us to discuss wedding plans and everything. I hope that's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. So we have my mom and dad and your dad in this group. Oh, I'm sure that'll be fun.
I have so many group chats now, I just can't keep up with them all. Why don't people just call each other anymore?
I'm sorry, Dad. It's just a fact. Anyone born after 1990 is mortally afraid of the telephone. It's text or nothing for my generation, okay?
Well, I can't say I like it. I have enough problems with all of the individual chats I have to worry about. I wish we didn't need to keep adding groups.
Don't you want to be kept up to date about my wedding plans then? I'm not going to text everything to you separately. It's much easier for me to just text the group.
I understand what you mean. Let's just get on with it then. What are we discussing today? Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I must be a little late to this party. I see that you've added Melanie to the group, but she's out at a spa day today with her friends. I don't think that she'll respond to anything until a lot later.
Oh, a spa day sounds nice. I hope she's having a relaxing time. I'm sorry if I took you a little by surprise by adding you to the group, Stuart. I thought it would just be better to add everyone and then explain rather than texting everyone individually to ask permission and stuff. Is it okay to include you both?
Yeah, it's fine.
I kind of wish you would have texted me personally to ask my permission. I'm not so sure I want to be part of a group with all of our parents in it. There are going to be so many arguments.
We'll just have to try to be polite and keep our more contentious opinions to ourselves, won't we? Then we can all get along just fine. Perhaps it will be a great idea if we just try to arrange a nice meal out for the 5 of us soon. I can book a nice restaurant if anyone would like to go.
That's a nice idea, Stuart. Perhaps we could do a barbecue when the weather is a bit warmer. My dad's yard is great for entertaining, isn't it, Dad?
Olivia, I haven't said I want to have a bunch of people round to my house for a barbecue, have I? You can't just start inviting whoever you like.
It's not whoever I like, Dad. It's just Stuart and Melanie, my future parents-in-law. Just forget about it. We'll go to a restaurant or something.
Well, we'll have to see you at some point, Carl. We still have some cookies we brought back from our holiday as a souvenir for you. I don't think they'll keep until the wedding. I mean, I've tried one and they're very delicious. If we don't give them to you soon, I'll just cave in and eat them all myself. You should probably eat them yourself anyway. I don't eat foreign food. They're not really foreign. They're just maple cookies from Canada, buddy. I promise you'll enjoy them.
I can vouch for these cookies. I got a box from my mom and dad too, Carl. They were delicious.
That's very interesting. Well, you guys go ahead and organize an evening for dinner. I'm sure I can be free if I'm given enough notice.
That's great. Stuart knows all the restaurants around here the best because he's in the industry. I think he should decide where we eat.
There's actually a very good steakhouse just around the corner from your house, Carl. Maybe you know it. They do a special offer on Sunday evenings if everyone is free. I'm not really sure about Sundays, Stuart. I usually have other things to do on a Sunday evening. I do know that place, though. You're right, it is very good.
Dad, by other things to do, don't you mean having a bath and watching the TV? We all know you don't have anything better to do on a Sunday.
It's okay, we don't have to do Sunday night. I know we're all very busy, and we'll have to work the next morning, so we wouldn't really be able to enjoy ourselves. I should leave the dinner planning until I've spoken to Melanie anyway. She's in charge of making our schedule, and I don't want to make a mess of it. Olivia and Luke are so lucky to have someone like you, Stuart. Your inside knowledge of the hospitality industry is probably a real advantage to them right now. Well, they can definitely trust me to pass on all of my knowledge about how to run a food service business. That's almost as important as making sure everyone knows the best places to eat around town, isn't it? I hear a lot about new restaurants and cafes opening up, and I like to give each one a chance to impress me. Maybe when I retire from my current job, I'll get a part-time gig as a restaurant critic for the local paper.
If you do, can you come to our cafe and give us a 5-star review? Do you think anyone would mind that you're my dad and almost certainly biased?
They might notice we have the same surname, I guess, but I expect your cafe will deserve a 5-star review, won't it? As long as Olivia is serving her cakes, it definitely will.
Stuart, are you flattering me so I'll bake you a cake?
Possibly. It depends if you have time to bake me a cake. If you do, I like lemon cake the best. While we're on the subject of Olivia and Luke's cafe, I heard that you've leased some premises in that residential neighborhood you were looking at living in. Was that your idea, Stuart? It can't be a cheap place to rent. I was expecting them to start somewhere a little smaller. It wasn't my idea, actually. I think the kids came up with that place together. Luke spoke to me about helping out with the rent, but once I'd spoken to the estate agent about it, I decided it might be cheaper in the long run if we bought it. So I went ahead and I did that. I don't want them to worry about the landlord putting the rent up each year. They might get to the point where they're never making money because the rent is too high. So for now, the place is in my name, and Luke and Olivia will start mortgage repayments next month. And when they're married and they have everything sorted with the new house, I'll transfer ownership over to them. I'm basically thinking of it as a loan. If they don't want to pay me back straight away, I'll accept shares in the business instead.
Dad, I had no idea you'd done that. Does Mom know what's going on? Did she agree to that? It is a huge expense for you guys.
It's fine, son. Of course your mom and I decided on this plan together. We used some money we had in savings, so it's your money, really, since you will inherit what I have when I die.
Stuart, this is incredible! What great news! Luke and I will work really hard to either pay you back or make sure your investment is lucrative. We're both so thankful for all of your help. You've been so good about explaining things to us, and now you're helping us financially as well? We're so lucky to have you.
It's no problem at all, honey. Everything is under my name at the moment, and I agreed to help you out while you were getting set up. You don't have to worry about paying me back just yet. Just enjoy the rent-free life for a while, and we'll see how you're doing after a month or so. You and Luke are getting married and starting a business together. I just want to take some of the stress out of the experience for you.
So the property will become ours once we're married? Is that how it works?
I'll have to transfer ownership when we're all ready. It won't happen automatically, but of course when you're married, the things you own will belong to both equally.
But Dad, are you sure you can afford something like this? What about Mom's hospital bills and everything? I thought you were really up against it these days.
Sure, it's been expensive for a few months, but we also managed to get our own house paid off a couple of years ago. I spoke to my bank manager, and he was happy for me to get a mortgage, knowing that it would be a business premises, and there will be others around to take responsibility for it.
You're very lucky to have an understanding bank manager, Stuart.
We've been working together for many, many years. We've certainly learned that we can trust each other.
I'm just not sure why you couldn't put the property under our ownership already. Like, you put the deposit down and Luke and I take out the mortgage together?
I was actually worried that the bank wouldn't allow us to do that, since we're also applying for our first homeowner's mortgage and a business loan at the same time. I just thought it would probably be too much.
Oh, right. But it'll be a while before we can own that property too. Never mind. It's a really generous thing to do, Stuart. Thank you so much.
Don't worry about it. It is a good investment for Melanie and me. I trust you guys to make it work. There aren't any other cafes in the area, and it's the kind of place lots of other young professionals will be moving to in the future. It's a sound prospect for all of us.
It's amazing to have someone who believes in us so wholeheartedly. We're totally gonna make this work. I don't want to let you down after this.
I guess that's a hint for me to start being more supportive. I'm sorry, I can't just buy you a cafe, Livy. You will have to forgive me for that.
I'm not trying to suggest that you don't support me enough, Dad. You're paying for the whole wedding and everything, aren't you? That's enough for us.
I guess that's at least something you can have for yourself, and not a loan or an investment. You're not a business prospect to me, I can say that. But I'm not sure it's right for you to have to wait to own your cafe. If it's your business, it makes sense to have the premises under your own name. If you can't afford to do that now, you should have waited a couple of years until you could. It is not a good idea to rush these things. And it doesn't benefit anyone to have things handed to them. Plus, what if something goes wrong with the premises? Isn't it going to be complicated with the insurance if Luke and Olivia aren't the owners? I feel like you're trying to look generous without actually giving anything, Stuart. You're not even helping them out with their house. They're being forced to choose a tiny little house because they can't afford anything bigger. Wouldn't it be better to give them the money to buy a bigger house and let them earn the deposit for their business premises?
Do you really think that the house is too small for a newlywed couple? Oh, I'm amazed. It's twice the size of my first house. Personally, I think it's better to act now and secure the right premises for the cafe business. If Luke and Olivia wait until they can afford another mortgage, it could be years until they're able to get their plans in motion. I'm not sure why you're being so negative about this, Carl. It seems like you just want to find reasons to disagree with everyone, and your reasons aren't always logical either.
You are kidding yourself if you think that house is appropriate for a professional couple. It looks like the kind of place a fast food worker would live in. I'm gonna be embarrassed to visit the kids there. I can't imagine what my wife would have said. I'm almost glad that she isn't around to see this.
Dad, that's an awful thing to say.
Well, your new house is gonna be so small that you won't even be able to fit a sofa into the sitting room. Where will we sit if I go over there? It's much bigger than either of our apartments right now, Carl. You've never had any problems with visiting us at my place. Why are you so upset that our new place isn't big? I know a sofa will fit into the sitting room because I've measured it. What's the real problem? These are real problems, Luke. When will you grow up and start listening to your elders and betters? You still act like a spoiled teenager. How do you think you'll be able to focus on starting a business from a tiny little space like that? Where are you going to put up your office? And on top of that, you'll be thinking about starting a family before you know it. I know what women are like, and as soon as they're married, they want kids. What is the point in having such a small place now when you'll have to move as soon as you start a family?
You might as well find a new place with more bedrooms now. I thought, as a family man, you'd realize the importance of space and comfort, Stuart. If Olivia and Luke both work at the cafe, they'll be spending all day together, won't they? Do you expect them to come home and spend the whole evening in each other's spaces as well? They'll be divorced before the end of the first year if they do that.
Carl, we aren't even married yet and you're talking about divorce? I think you're taking this a bit too far. You're being very rude to my dad.
It's fine, Luke. I can handle another man's opinions. But when I married your mother, our first house was a lot smaller than the place you're looking at. I think starting off small is perfectly acceptable. It'll teach you the value of your money, and a little struggle at the start will make your relationship stronger, believe me. I just think that whatever the young people have decided that is best for them should be supported as much as possible. I don't want to hear any more negativity from you, Carl. Otherwise, I'm sorry, Olivia, but I don't think I can be part of your wedding planning chat group right here.
I hope my dad hasn't offended you too much, Stuart. I'm sure he just wants what's best for us as well. He's just used to having his own way with decisions like this. Please don't leave the chat. We haven't even got around to discussing any of our wedding plans.
I'm only giving my opinion, Stuart. There's no need to be offended. As my daughter has said, I only want what is best for her. If she can get a more comfortable living arrangement, she should. And we shouldn't be shy about making sure she gets what she deserves. I've been keeping my opinions to myself far more than I really want to recently. I don't think I can stay quiet any longer. I don't think you and Melanie really treat Olivia like a daughter, Stuart. I thought parents-in-law were meant to act like real parents in such situations as this. I think you're prioritizing your son's needs over my daughter's by refusing to transfer the ownership of their business premises straight away. It is not fair. Consider what good care Olivia always takes of you and Melanie. She's always around to look after you whenever one of you is unwell. And she bakes all of your birthday cakes and plans special occasions, all while working a full-time job. Olivia is always telling me about the errands you make her do. Ever since they got engaged, you've been treating her like some kind of private servant. Are you gonna deny that? You always say how proud you are of Olivia and how you treat her just like the daughter you never had. But I think that's all nonsense. You want it to look like that, but underneath, it is all lies. In reality, you're just causing her extra stress that she has to deal with on top of her day job. Stop using my daughter as free labor. She has her own life to enjoy. Have you ever considered how Olivia feels about running errands for you all day? She won't say anything because she's a polite girl, but I am sure she's feeling humiliated and belittled by your behavior.
Dad, what are you talking about? Have you been drinking?
Do you all know the real reason why I didn't say any of this earlier? It's because I didn't really want to believe it was true. I thought you actually respected Olivia, despite clearly taking advantage of her sometimes. I reasoned that there must be some kind of explanation for it. But this decision about the ownership of the business premises just goes to show how ungrateful you are to her. Don't you see how this kind of behavior just proves that you don't trust her? You don't think she'll marry your son unless there's some kind of reward involved. That's all this is, isn't it? You'll buy the building for them, but you won't let them have it until they're married. That's because you secretly think my daughter is only in this for the money, right?
Carl, seriously, you have gone too far. My parents are doing us a huge favor. The only reason they want to wait until we're married before they transfer ownership is because I was worried about our mortgage.
You know I'm never gonna take what you say seriously in this, Luke. You're bound to be biased in favor of your parents. But if you really love Olivia, you'll wake up and recognize what is going on. I think if Stuart really trusts Olivia, he'll just put the business premises under her ownership straight away. Otherwise, I really think she should reconsider this marriage. I don't want her throwing herself away on people who don't appreciate her. Now, I'm sure you're all gonna get offended and quit the chat, so I'll save you the trouble and leave it myself. If you feel like apologizing and rectifying the problem like I've suggested, I'll happily join in the wedding planning again. But for now, count me out.
Carl, this doesn't make any sense.
Dad, don't leave the chat. I think you're overreacting.
I don't understand what just happened, Olivia. Do you really feel like we've been taking advantage of you recently? If we have, oh, I'm very sorry for it. I've been so caught up in Melanie's illness, I could have unwittingly asked too much of both of you.
No, Stuart, I don't feel that way at all. I'm so sorry for what just happened. I don't know what got into my dad, but I'll talk to him.
You guys, what's going on? I just picked up my phone and I have hundreds of messages from you all. Is everything all right?
Oh, hi, honey. Don't worry, I'll explain when I see you.
Hey, Mom, everyone is fine. You should just go back to enjoying your spa day.
Luke, I'll call you later, okay? I'm really sorry about this, everyone.
Hey, sweetie, did you manage to talk to your dad about what happened today? It was a bit insane, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he's still pretty mad. I don't know what's going on with him, but I don't think I'll be able to talk any sense into him for a couple days.
I know what you mean. My dad was pretty shocked about everything he said. It might take him a day to recover as well. But my dad is usually pretty thick-skinned. It takes a lot to offend him, and he's used to dealing with people who want to make their opinion heard. He'll get over this fast enough, but if your dad really thinks my dad is taking advantage of you, that might be more difficult.
Yeah, I don't know where he got that idea.
Oh, you really don't know?
What are you suggesting?
Nothing, really. I just thought that you maybe accidentally gave your dad that impression somehow. But if you don't think so, that's fine. Don't you want to say anything else about your dad's behavior? When he's rude to me, you're so apologetic, but you've hardly said anything about this. I don't talk back to your dad because he's going to be my father-in-law, and I want him to know I respect his opinion. But the way that he spoke to my dad tonight was too much. I can't stand by and let him talk to my parents like that and accuse them of behaving cruelly towards you. He was really out of line, and my mom and dad are both now really upset about it. They do really think of you as a daughter, Liv.
I know, but I can sort of understand why my dad was so mad. Maybe the stuff he was saying about your dad taking advantage of me wasn't true, but if it was, he'd be right to be angry about it and want to take action, wouldn't he?
I can understand him wanting to protect you. I'm just not sure how he got the impression that you need protecting. If you didn't tell him that you were being taken advantage of, what did you say to make him jump to that conclusion? And why didn't he check if what he thought was true before going off on a rampage against my dad on a group chat like that?
I can't answer that. I'm not my dad and I don't know what he was thinking. I haven't said anything about being taken advantage of. I just tell him what I'm doing. I guess he thought the stuff I do for your mom and dad is too much. But if you think about it, it's understandable. He's always been overprotective of me, and it's much worse since my mom died. I think he secretly wanted a son, so when he ended up with me, he wanted to make sure I had all of the same opportunities a boy would have. So he's super sensitive about me being treated differently because I'm female. He says women always end up doing all the extra unpaid work, and I have to learn to say no. Besides, I think he's more than a little jealous that your dad can afford to help us out financially when he can't do that. Maybe he's worried I'll turn around and say I don't need him now that I've got you and your parents in my life. I don't think we can blame him for thinking like that. He's just being paranoid and overprotective. It's a daddy-daughter thing.
Are you serious? You're just gonna act like your dad didn't do anything wrong today? He was extremely offensive to my dad, Olivia. You can't just say it's understandable and expect me to let it go. He basically accused my parents of treating you like a servant, and he was making it sound like they're bribing you to marry me. How could he even say that? I thought he knew how much we cared about each other. I really don't think being an overprotective dad is a good enough excuse for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope he doesn't think I'm only marrying you because your dad bought the cafe. I was pretty shocked about that too. I think he just got carried away with thinking that your parents were taking advantage of my kindness or whatever. But I enjoy helping them out. That's why I do it. My dad has always had a bit of a crazy temper. It's just because he had such a difficult start in life. So now he has this belief that going through hardship makes you a better person. I know it sounds selfish to ask this, but don't you think you could let it slide this time?
I know that he's had a hard life, and I appreciate that working for stuff makes you appreciate what you have. But whenever I talk to him, I seem to spend a lot of time trying to avoid getting into an argument. I'm so tired of him constantly sniping at me and belittling me, you know? Like the time when he came to see our new house with me, and it was fine to begin with, and he seemed happy, but after he left, he started texting me about how awful it was. He was so rude when I tried to reason with him about it. And these days, he's even blaming me for not making sure you eat enough. Nothing I do is ever good enough for him. I think maybe we need to have some time apart for a week or so, just to think and figure out what our priorities are. I could definitely do with not having to talk to your dad for a few days. I'm not saying I want to call off the wedding or anything. I don't want to break up. I just need some time to myself. Is that okay?
What? Why are you talking about taking a break all of a sudden? I thought this was about my dad. Surely you don't want to split up because of him. I don't think it's fair to talk about taking time apart just because my dad sent some stupid text messages, Luke. Can't we just talk things through? There's no need to pick fights or get upset with me. Don't you know how much I love you? Don't you think that if you love me too, you'll try to understand why my dad is saying the stuff he said? Can't you just try for my sake? If it was the other way around, there's no way I'd be taking so much offense like this. I'd be talking to our dads and trying to make them see each other's perspective. I mean, you know I never said any of that stuff about your parents, right? My dad is just being overprotective and jumping to conclusions. And I don't know why he's bugging you about what I eat. He must be worried about me and he's trying to make sure I can rely on you if I'm really in trouble.
But it's so stressful to have him constantly on my back right now. I have so many other things to worry about. I could really do without the extra anxiety. I kind of am trying to make our parents see each other's perspective. I want your dad to see how his words could be considered really offensive by my dad. After your dad accepts that he was in the wrong and apologizes, I'll talk to my dad to make him see how your dad has had a difficult upbringing and that's why his opinions are different. Now it seems like you don't want to talk to your dad about how his opinions are offensive and wrong. Is that because you actually agree with him? Come to think of it, you never actually disagreed with anything he said earlier. And whenever your dad has tried to argue with me or make me feel stupid in the past, you've always just stood by and let him say what he likes. Now your dad is starting to treat my dad in the same way, and I'm expected to just stand by and let him take it? My dad even suggested we pretend it didn't happen too. But I can't do that. If I don't challenge your father, he'll just go on belittling and insulting people as much as he likes. It is not right, Olivia, and I won't accept it.
I admit he was in the wrong. He was being rude and offensive, and the stuff he said wasn't even true. All I'm asking is for you to acknowledge that there might be a situation that justified what he said. If he thought it was true, it was totally understandable, right? My dad isn't making stuff up, so there must be some kind of basis in his misunderstanding. Even if your parents don't intend to treat me like a servant, maybe it still looks that way on the outside. Perhaps you're not the best person to judge how the situation appears to an onlooker. Your parents have always looked after you perfectly, and you've been the center of their world since you were a tiny baby, right? You really don't know how hard life is. Of course your parents treat me differently. Sometimes they think they spoil you and forget me, and maybe sometimes they want to put me in my place.
I cannot believe you would say that. That's not what my parents are like. I'm sure it's true that they had different upbringings, and so did we, but they didn't spoil me. And I have never noticed them treating you any differently to how they treat me. As far as I know, everything you do for them is voluntary, isn't it? But this isn't really about whether what your dad said was true or not. He was wrong to be so rude to my dad in front of both of us in a group message. He's not a victim in this situation, so he shouldn't be acting like one. And I honestly don't think you're a victim either, so he has no right to be defending you at the expense of other people's feelings. But now that we're fighting about this and you don't seem to be able to accept that your dad is in the wrong, I feel like maybe we have a bigger problem to deal with. I really don't want to talk about this anymore. I need to take some time to clear my head. Is that okay? I'll text you when I'm feeling better about this and I'm ready to speak to you again.
What if I say it's not okay? You can't just decide to take a break from me. We need to talk about our plans for the cafe and quitting work. We need to apply for loans and stuff, right? You can't just take a break from that stuff.
Don't worry, I won't take a break from business planning. I'll fill you in on everything when I'm ready to deal with you and me again. I'm sorry, I just feel totally overwhelmed with everything that's going on right now, and today's weirdness has just completely pushed me over my limit.
But it's my business as well, so you can't just choose not to share anything with me.
But you haven't exactly been acting very interested in the business plans recently anyway. I figured you wouldn't even notice if you didn't hear about it for a few days. Just give me a little time and everything will be okay. I'll probably text you in a couple of days. I'll talk to my parents, so don't worry about talking to them either.
Okay, I guess there's nothing I can do.
Nothing other than what I've already asked you to do. Hey, Verity! This is Luke. It was so nice to see you at the cafe today. Did you notice me in the back? I didn't even know that you guys were there until I saw you leaving. I was so bummed that I missed the chance to say hello, but then I realized I probably still have your number saved in my phone, so I thought I'd text and see what you thought of your lunch.
Oh, hey, Luke. I haven't heard from you in years. I can't believe you still have my number. How are you? So, you were in the cafe we had lunch in today? How come? We were all there to see Olivia. She announced on our college friends group chat that she'd opened a cafe and she invited us to go and say hi. Are you still friends with Olivia then? I thought she said she was getting married, but we haven't met her fiancé yet. Do you know him?
Yeah, I know him. Actually, I work at that cafe as well. That's why I was there today.
Oh, cool. So do you work for Olivia? I thought she said she was the proprietor of that place. She could have just said owner, though.
I guess so. It depends on who you ask, apparently. Liv and I have been thinking about opening a cafe together for a while. You know she's really into baking, right? I've always been interested in coffee and roasting my own beans and stuff. I thought we would make a good team. We visited Paris together after we graduated from college, and we really loved how cool and relaxing the cafes were, so we decided to open up our own like that.
Oh, right. You and Liv used to date in the final year of college, didn't you? That was after Jared broke up with her. She was so devastated. You were a bit like her rebound, I guess. Isn't it weird for you guys to work together now that she's engaged? Unless you and her are still a thing, too. That would be so like Olivia. So tell me about her fiancé. What's he like? He must be kind of dumb if he hasn't figured out what Olivia is up to yet, right?
Yeah, he is a big dumb jerk for sure.
But I don't think he's around that much, because otherwise I don't know how she gets away with seeing both of them. You know about Jared too, right?
He was with you guys today, wasn't he? I recognized him because I found a picture of him in some of Liv's stuff when we were dating in college.
Yeah, they've been on and off for such a long time. I'm not surprised she keeps photos of him lying around. He's basically her true love. I think he was planning on going to meet Olivia after lunch. They're probably hanging out at her place this afternoon.
If that's the case, then why isn't she getting married to Jared instead of this other loser?
I don't know. Jared is so hot. But I guess this other guy has rich parents, and Liv probably thinks if they're married, she'll inherit. She's always been all about the money.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I've met her fiancé's parents, though, and they all seem to really like and trust her. Are you sure she's lying to them? Why would she do that?
Why not? If she can have the best of both worlds, then she should just go for it. It sounds like she got to achieve her dream of opening a cafe thanks to this guy. She never would have been able to do that if she was with Jared. The guy's definitely good looking, but he's terrible with money. You'll never believe this, but he actually tried to get out of paying for his lunch today because he said he can't afford it. Oh my god, I just thought of this now. But what if Jared is actually using Olivia and her fiancé for money? She used to have a great job before the stupid cafe. She must have loads of money stashed away. I bet Jared treats her like his own personal bank.
So you think he's the love of her life, but he's actually just using her for money and she's using her fiancé for the same reason? Don't you think it's more likely she just loves her fiancé and you're mistaken about this thing with Jared?
No way! I'm not mistaken. He was talking about seeing her today, and she told me on the phone a couple weeks ago that she was going on a trip with Jared. They're definitely back together right now. I should probably feel sorry for her poor fiancé. He's gonna get a big shock when he realizes she's been cheating on him the whole time they've been together.
The whole time? What do you mean? Do you even know how long she's been with her fiancé?
Yeah, I mean, we don't see much of each other, but Olivia is always texting our group chat with gossip. She texted about 6 months ago to say she got engaged to the guy she was seeing. Apparently she's known him since college. He was in the friend zone at first, but he wouldn't stop bugging her for a date, so she gave in and started going out with him after Jared broke up with her the first time. That must have been right after she dated you. Have you known him this whole time too? But she's been on and off with Jared ever since then. I know, because every time one of them breaks it off, she calls and cries and complains at me about it.
And that's been going on ever since college?
Totally. Why? You guys have been friends since then too, right? Doesn't Liv talk to you about this kind of stuff?
Not really. Maybe we're not as close as I thought.
To be honest, I think it's kind of unfair of Liv to treat guys like this. Imagine what her fiancé is going to feel like when he finally finds out. She isn't going to be able to keep this stuff a secret forever. She's going to start getting careless eventually. My guess is she's just planning on keeping it a secret until they're married and they have their prenup sorted. I think once she's guaranteed her share of whatever money he has, she'll just drop the pretense. But I hope her fiancé finds out first. I'd love to see Olivia in trouble for a change.
Well, you might have got your wish, Verity.
What do you mean? Is Liv in trouble? What is it? Is she pregnant with Jared's baby or something? That would be insane.
I really hope not. I just mean Olivia's fiancé just found out about Jared.
How? Did you tell him? That's so cruel, Luke.
You just told me. I'm the dumb jerk that's engaged to Olivia. Well, probably not for much longer now that I know all about Jared.
Oh my god, Luke! Are you serious? What am I gonna do? She's gonna hate me for this.
Well, for a start, I don't think that we should tell Olivia that you said all of that to me. I'm gonna need some time to figure out what to do. Can you do me a huge favor and just keep quiet about everything? Don't even tell any of your other college friends about it, okay?
I guess I can do that. Can you also not tell Olivia that it was me who told you about Jared?
Yeah, don't worry. I'll make it look like I found out by accident. Are you sure it's true, though? I can't start accusing her of cheating on me without proof.
It's true. I think she even has a separate cell phone just to call him on. We've all known for ages that she's kind of shady, but she must have hidden it from you so well. Oh, I feel like such an idiot that I blurted all of this out to you.
It's fine. Just don't tell anyone, and no one will find out it was you who told me. Olivia might have deceived me for a long time, but I'm not actually an idiot. I'll handle it and make sure it doesn't get back to you.
Thanks, Luke. Sorry about all of this. Luke, what's going on? You haven't been in touch all week, and I'm desperate to find out whether you spoke to Olivia about Jared. What happened? She hasn't texted the group, but that doesn't really mean anything. I doubt she would text us if something terrible was happening.
Hey, Verity, I haven't spoken to her yet. I'm still considering what to do. Actually, I might have a favor to ask you. Do you still agree that Olivia should get her comeuppance for what she's been doing? Because the last time we spoke, you seemed to think that this whole situation was hilarious right up until I told you I'm the person that she's been cheating on. I'm not entirely sure I can trust you. Aren't you just gonna go back to Jared and all of your college friends and laugh at me some more?
I know why you'd be worried about that, but I'm serious now. I think what Olivia is doing is wrong. Back when I thought her fiancé was just some stranger I'd never met, it didn't bother me so much, so I could kind of laugh about it. But now that I know that it's you she's hurting, it's different. I've been thinking about it too, and it's really bothering me. I haven't been sleeping well because of this.
Oh, really? Well, I want to trust you, and I could really use some more information about this whole thing. That's what I was actually going to ask you. Can you tell me about how long Liv has been seeing Jared and stuff? I have to know before I can confront her.
I guess. Why don't you tell me about how you and Liv got together and when you started dating? Then I'll know where to start with her relationship with Jared.
Okay, that's fine. We met in the second year of college. It was about the same time as I met you. Do you remember the seminar we all took together? I already knew you because you lived near me, right? And I sometimes saw Olivia with you at parties and stuff. Then when we started the seminar, I started talking to Olivia. But I knew she had a boyfriend, so I wasn't particularly bothered about her. I just thought she was cute and smart, and I sometimes talked to her after that class. We didn't actually start seeing each other until the summer between our second and third year. We both had an internship in the city, and I kept running into her on the street. You'd already graduated by then, though. That's probably why you didn't know that we dated. And we weren't together the whole of our third year. When we went back to school, she didn't seem that interested in me, so I just left her alone. But we spent a lot of time together while we were studying for our finals. I think other than the summer we were together, I would say we officially started dating in our final year of college. That's when I first asked her out on a real date. But I never imagined that she was still seeing Jared that whole year. Even when we weren't officially together, it didn't seem like she was with anyone else. She always had free time in the evenings and weekends to hang out, and she even came back to my house to visit my parents sometimes during vacations. Then, when we started working, we managed to get jobs that were pretty close by in the same city, so we just kept seeing each other. After college finished, we went on vacation to Europe together and everything. We started talking about our dreams for the future and stuff too. So after a couple of years passed, it just seemed like the natural thing for us to get engaged. I proposed, she accepted. We've been planning our wedding for a while, but we wanted to focus on starting our own business first, so we still haven't set a date for the wedding. Actually, a few months back, we had a bit of a fight, and I think our wedding plans are kind of on hold right now. We didn't talk for a little while, but we got ourselves together, and the business is doing okay, so I've been thinking about bringing up the wedding again. But obviously, now that I know about Jared, I feel differently about that.
I see. Wow. You know, from that perspective, it totally sounds like you have the perfect relationship, doesn't it?
I guess so, but that's not the whole story though, is it? I thought that was all there was to it, but you say she's been seeing Jared on and off that whole time?
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Luke. I don't really know where to start with all of this. So, Jared first broke up with Olivia at the end of her second year. She was going on that internship thing and he knew they'd be apart the whole summer. I think he just wanted to go back to his parents' house and be free to see whoever he wanted while he was there without feeling guilty about cheating on Liv. I'm guessing she just took the opportunity to start messing around with you. But then when you guys all went back to college after I graduated, she started hanging out with Jared again. I know she used to complain in those days that he was a freeloader because he never paid for anything. I remember seeing photos from that trip to Europe. She posted a bunch of herself in front of the Eiffel Tower, but we all thought she went there alone. She never mentioned that she was with someone. And when she started working, she used to text me and boast about how much she earned and how she always had to pay for Jared when they went out. So I just assumed they were back together for good. And then all of a sudden she sent us all a photograph of her engagement ring. And I was totally shocked because for a moment I honestly thought she was engaged to Jared, even though I knew she didn't want to marry someone with no money like that. So I text back asking how on earth he could afford a diamond, and she called me a dummy and said she was engaged to a rich guy she met after college.
I see. You don't happen to know where and when they meet, do you? That would really help me out.
Sorry, I don't know for sure how often they've been seeing each other. I do know they usually hang out at Olivia's apartment unless she's planning for you to come over. Sometimes she messages to say what a great weekend she's had with him. She still likes the fact that she earns more than he does because she feels like she's got some kind of power over him.
So you think they sometimes go away together without me knowing?
Yeah, I think they must. Doesn't she ever go away and give you some kind of vague excuse like work?
Sometimes when I go to stay with my parents, she says she can't make it. On those occasions, she would have time to spend at night with him, I suppose.
If it's helpful, I might have some messages she sent about them dating or photos of them together that I can send you. I almost never delete files from my phone.
That would be helpful, thanks. I'm still sort of in disbelief about it, so maybe seeing photos would help me process this better.
Yeah, this must be super hard for you to hear. I'm sorry. If there's anything more I can do, just let me know, okay? It's probably not much comfort, but I think it's just inevitable that Olivia is going to be a cheater. She's just like her father.
What do you mean she's like her father?
Hasn't she told you the stories of her dad? She used to tell me all about him when we were roommates. Apparently when she was younger, he used to be a total flirt, and her mom even caught him cheating more than once. He had such a bad reputation they had to move. I don't know why Liv's mom didn't leave him, but times were different, I guess. Liv didn't think it was bad though, she thought it was funny.
Yeah, she's very lenient when it comes to her dad's behavior. I can easily imagine her making excuses for him cheating on his wife.
She was definitely never embarrassed to talk about him cheating on her mom. I always thought it was a bit cruel considering her mom had passed.
Yeah, that is awful. They always talk about Liv's mom with respect, but it must be a pretense. Anyway, thanks for letting me know about all of this stuff. Forward me those photographs when you have time. I'm gonna confront Olivia as soon as I can.
Well, good luck with it all. I know we've been friends for a while, but I'll be happier once I know Liv isn't getting away with cheating. It's just not fair on you. I wonder if she'll keep seeing Jared if you call off the engagement.
I wonder that as well. It's weird she keeps seeing him all the while she's complaining that he's too poor. I wonder if she tells him that to his face. He knows she's engaged, right?
Yeah, he doesn't care. He's always been very charming and he'll keep seeing Liv if he thinks she can pay for him. That's just what he's like.
They deserve each other then.
Definitely. I have to go now. I'm just about to get in the car. Let me know how it goes with Liv. I'll send some photos when I get home, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Oh God, Luke, these pictures are horrible to see. I'm so sorry you have to deal with this. What a disappointment after we all thought so much of Olivia. How could she betray you like this? You've given her so much and treated her like a princess this entire time you've been together. I don't understand why she would cheat on you at all. What are you gonna do? I'm glad you found all of this out before you guys got married. It's way less complicated this way. I'm glad we never gave in and put that cafe premises in her name like Carl was insisting we did. The way it is, she won't have any rights to the business, right?
I'm so sorry you're going through this, honey. We'll do all we can to help you out. I just can't believe this of Olivia, though. She was deceiving us all. She always acted so kind and caring. I never questioned it. I never thought there was anything suspicious in her behavior. But I guess in retrospect, there were a few things I can think of now.
Well, for a start, I'm definitely calling off the wedding. I just need to get up the courage to confront her. It's for the best that this is happening now. I can't imagine what I would be going through if we were married and I found out about this 5 years down the line. I'd be devastated. I'd have to rebuild my entire life. Imagine if we had kids and everything. Right now, all we have to deal with is this house. We should have waited till we were married before starting to buy property together.
You're absolutely right, sweetie. It's much better that you found out now, even though it's a terrible thing to go through. Is the house loan in both your names? What about the business loan?
The house loan is in both our names, yeah, but the business loan is just me, which I guess ought to make all that stuff much easier. But I should probably talk to my lawyer anyway.
Good idea. I have to say, the prospect of separating you from Olivia and her dad is starting to look really good for me. It's probably not what you want to hear, but I never liked that man. I know your father didn't either, did you, Stuart? We were all blinded by Olivia's sweetness and generosity, but I guess that was all an act. It makes me more sad to think about how kind she always was when I was sick. It's so hard to believe she wasn't genuine in those days. To imagine she was seeing someone else the whole time. How could you do that to anybody? Do you think she was just after our money? We're not that rich.
No, I don't like Carl, and I'll be very happy to see the back of them both now that I know what Olivia is really like. When are you gonna speak to her? Are you gonna call her? You have to be strong, son. It sounds like she's probably a very convincing liar. She might try to claim these are all fake photos. In retrospect, it's good that you guys had that argument a few months back about Carl's behavior. If that hadn't happened, you might have been married already. Olivia was so adamant that Carl didn't do anything wrong, and it was all down to his upbringing. Do you remember how she kept trying to justify him to us? That must have been the first indication that something was wrong, but you didn't have much warning of this, did you? It is such a shock.
No, it's a total shock. I knew there were parts of her personality I wasn't quite comfortable with, but I never imagined she was keeping something like this from me. I'm so sorry about all of this, guys. I feel like I've let you down. What am I gonna do about the cafe? I don't know if I can run the business all by myself.
Oh, Luke, honey, you don't have to be sorry for anything. You haven't let us down. You've been a great boyfriend and son, and you're the one who's been let down. I don't think you should worry too much about the cafe. It's in good shape for a new business, isn't it, Stuart? And we'll help out if we can. Just focus on sorting things out with Olivia. Do you have anyone on the cafe staff you can rely on to keep things going while you're distracted with this?
Sure, I can ask Danny to look after closing for me for a few days if I have to. I expect it'll be okay in the short term. It's the long term that I'm worried about. Olivia was doing most of the baking and finding new recipes to try, and she helps with managing and accounting too. It's gonna be hard without her.
You'll find someone else to help with that stuff if you need to. There's nothing particularly special about Olivia. She's good at baking, sure, but a lot of people are. And I know she was smart and went to a good college like you did, but honestly, I don't think she did as much to help you as she could have. I really think you might find someone just as good as she is at all of that stuff who isn't going to betray you like this.
You're probably right. Once all of this is over with, I could advertise for someone new.
Great. Let's look to the future and think of a plan for dealing with this. First of all, you need to talk to Olivia. But I don't think you should meet with her. She'll just try to convince you to not break up with her, and you'll get into a huge argument about it. Just send her a message to call off the wedding and stick to that. You can meet up with her again once she's accepted it is over. I'll meet with her and talk to her if you want. I can be very calm and stern about her behavior, and I expect she'll treat me with more respect.
Thanks, Dad, but I think I'll talk to her myself. It's something we should deal with together.
Well, the offer is there if you want to take me up on it, son. Hello, Luke. I've just heard from Olivia that you've decided to call off the marriage. What on earth is going on? Tell me, what exactly are you blaming my daughter for now? What's the silly reason you've come up with for ruining her life this time? If you're really gonna go through with this, I suggest you send a large sum to compensate for lost earnings from the cafe business she helped you to establish.
Carl, this is the group chat Olivia made with all of us. Are you sure you want to have this conversation in front of everyone over text right now? I guess Olivia hasn't told you what we talked about. I'm not just inventing ridiculous reasons to break up with her for my own amusement.
I think it's completely appropriate to talk about this in front of everyone. For all I know, this is your parents' idea to take advantage of Olivia again. Carl, your assumptions and your behavior are both completely unacceptable once again. Olivia has disgraced herself, and you're arguing that we should pay her off somehow? You won't be able to convince us of some other story because we know the truth and we've seen the proof of what Luke says.
Thanks for bringing this up on the group chat, Carl. It'll give us the opportunity to put the whole thing behind us for good. I hope you're prepared for the truth. When you find out what your awful daughter has done to my son, I hope you'll feel ashamed for how you've treated us.
That's a nice thought, Mom, but I doubt Carl will feel ashamed even when he knows what Olivia has done to us. He won't accept responsibility for this. His own actions have been so immoral that I doubt he'll be bothered by his daughter's behavior. He'll probably just try to justify it. You'll see.
How dare you talk about me like that in front of people? What do you know about my actions, young man? This family is unbelievable. You're constantly making excuses for your behavior by pointing the finger at others. But all you really want is to punish us for not having as much money as you.
You can keep on blustering about money, Carl, but that is not what this is about. You'll soon find out when I send over the proof of what I know.
Well, go ahead then and let's all see what you're talking about. My beautiful daughter couldn't possibly have done anything wrong.
Do you even know your daughter?
What is that? I just see a blur and two people holding hands.
Look closer, Carl.
Well, aren't these just photos of Olivia with her old boyfriend from college? What was his name? Jared? No, he was a nice guy. I don't see your point, I'm afraid.
You still need to look closer, Carl. Take a look at the date in the corner of the photo. I promise you it's not blurry. It was taken on the 15th of last month, wasn't it? I have more of these photos showing that Olivia was meeting Jared in various places as long as we've been engaged. So you can see that your daughter has been going behind my back and cheating on me for over 2 years. Are you still sure you can say that she isn't doing anything wrong? Look at the second photo. They're coming out of a hotel together, aren't they? I wonder what they were doing staying together in the same room overnight. And I have some text messages that Olivia sent her friend to add to the proof. She's not the good girl you seem to think, but she learned that from the best, hasn't she?
I don't know what you're talking about, young man. These photos could have been doctored to look like Olivia. The things AI is capable of these days, I wouldn't be surprised if you could just use it to manufacture evidence like this.
Luke! How dare you send these pictures to a group chat like this? Don't you have any respect for my privacy? Stuart? Melanie? This isn't what it looks like.
It's not what it looks like? I'm sorry, but you can't get away with making excuses for this. These are real photos of you and you know it. You and your father are just as bad as each other. You'll sit there forever making excuses for each other and trying to pretend you've done nothing wrong. I am not putting up with it anymore, Liv. You'll have to find someone else to dupe because I am done. I told you all of this the other night. If you had just told your father the truth, we wouldn't be arguing about it on a group chat with our parents.
What did you say about me? I'm not sure what you seem to think I've done, but I can assure you, you have no right to make accusations about my behavior.
Well, I'm not going to embarrass you by accusing you of anything you know to be true. Just know that I know your behavior has been just as bad as Olivia's in the past.
That is just baseless gossip. Why is your family so concerned with telling everyone's secrets to the world? You're totally overreacting about all of this, Luke. So what if Olivia cheated a little bit before she got married? You're only young once, and it's fine to spread yourself around a little. Is your family so perfect and straight-laced that you can't imagine anyone having a little fun before they get married? Perhaps if you weren't such an ugly loser with no life, Olivia wouldn't have had to cheat on you with someone more attractive.
I knew you would try to justify this somehow. You're despicable, Carl. Just admit it. Your daughter has acted shamefully.
It is not shameful for someone to try and better themselves and enjoy their life, is it? You've always lectured Olivia and smothered her. I don't blame her one bit for what she's done. Is this all why you didn't want to put Olivia's name down on the cafe premises? You were preparing to cut her out of the business, weren't you? I bet this is all a trick to make Olivia look bad so that you can break up with her and steal her business plan and ideas. I'll make sure our lawyers contact you, and she'll get proper compensation for this. At least $50,000 ought to do it. A year's lost earnings or thereabouts. Don't be ridiculous, Carl. You know it'll never stand up in court. Luke has evidence that he did most of the work on the cafe. Sure, it's lucky we kept the ownership of the cafe premises in my name. I'm happy that'll make it easier to extricate Luke from your horrible family. How can you try to make this out to be his fault? You're teaching your daughter to behave terribly and then blame everything on someone else? Why don't you man up and show her how to take responsibility for her actions? I'm sorry, but I'm not going to hang around to listen to any more of this. I thought you left this group chat anyway. How did you add yourself back in? I wish we had blocked your number already so we wouldn't have to hear any more of your hateful garbage. I'm sure you both know in your hearts that you are in the wrong here. I hope you can accept and try to be better in the future. Don't try to contact my family again. Luke has a lawyer who will deal with the house loan and sale. She'll be in touch with Olivia in due course.
I'm sorry all of this has happened. Olivia, you were so good to me while I was sick. It's hard to believe that you're not a good person. I think if you really do your best, you can learn to do what's right and not make silly mistakes like this. Please try to reflect on your actions, and when you have relationships with other men in the future, don't inflict this kind of pain on them again. I sincerely hope no one else becomes a victim of your lies. You probably still don't understand the kind of pain you caused Luke. If you ever have a child of your own, you'll know how you've made us all feel. And I hope you never have to feel this way yourself.
I hope you don't think that this is over just because you all say so. This isn't the last you'll hear from us. I'll sue you for cutting my daughter out of the business she built up from the ground. This isn't fair on her.
Dad, please, it's fine.
Hi, Liv. I have a missed call from you on my phone. I don't want you to contact me while my lawyer is trying to figure out the separation.
It's actually that there's something I wanted to say to you, Luke. Can you give me a few minutes?
Go ahead, I guess. I'll listen, but don't expect me to forgive you or anything.
I just want to tell you how sorry I am. You probably just want to never see me again, but I really think we can work this out. My dad still thinks I haven't done anything wrong, but I can see how much I've hurt you. I made a mistake and I want the chance to make it up to you. I'll do anything for you, okay? Just tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. I know we should be together. I never loved Jared like I loved you, but he got under my skin in college and was like an addiction I couldn't give up.
That doesn't make me feel better, Liv. You and Jared have a spark that we never had, and I'm tired of thinking about how different our lives would be if he was the one with money. There is no way that you would be with me if Jared had the whole package, is there? You were always more attracted to him. I'm not gonna hang around and be the guy you settled for because it made sense financially.
It's different with Jared, sure, but it's you I really love. All I feel for him is a kind of obsession. We don't have an emotional connection at all. It's just physical.
How is it you don't see that just offends me more? I need someone I have an emotional connection with, sure, but I don't want to always worry that you secretly want something else. I deserve someone who doesn't just love me for my business sense and my dad's capital. I think I can learn to handle the business myself. It might be hard to begin with, but it'll be fine. I don't need you, Olivia, and you don't need me, really. We'll sell the house and go our separate ways. I'm just glad we didn't get married or have kids to make this more complicated. I really don't want to make this into a bigger problem than it needs to be, so just stop contacting me, please.
I can't, Luke. I'm pregnant. This is a huge problem. I haven't told my dad yet, but he's not going to be happy, is he?
Are you serious? You're just going to announce that over text as if it's an inconvenience we have to deal with? Are you sure you're pregnant? There is no way you'll be able to tell whether the baby is mine unless you do a paternity test. And considering all the proof we had that you were sleeping with Jared as well, do you really think I just dropped everything and agreed to take care of your baby?
But I can't afford to deal with a baby on my own. If my dad decides not to have anything to do with it, I won't have anyone to help me. You have to help us, Luke. You're my only chance. The baby probably is yours. If you really want to do a paternity test, we can do it once we're married.
No way. You think I'm gonna marry you when there's a chance you're expecting another man's child? You can do the paternity test when the baby is born, but if it turns out to be Jared's child, then you and he will have to deal with it, won't you?
But Luke, how can you be so heartless about this? It's an innocent child you're talking about. Jared can't afford to have a child. He doesn't even have a job.
In that case, you shouldn't have even taken the chance with him. It's your own reckless fault that you're in this trouble. I suggest you talk to Jared and your father and see if either of them can help you. You're not my responsibility at the moment. Call me when the baby is born and we'll see about who's responsible for looking after it.
So I'm gonna go through this entire thing by myself? I can't do that. What about hospital bills and getting ready for the baby? I can't afford to buy a load of baby stuff on my salary alone. I need some help. You know, since we broke up and moved out of our place, I've been staying at my dad's house, right? He's not gonna let me stay there with the baby. I'll have to find a new apartment and pay for it and get it ready for a baby all by myself.
Talk to your dad. He might surprise you and let you stay. But we've been broken up for weeks and we barely saw each other in the months before that. I am sorry that you have such a stressful situation to deal with now, but I sincerely doubt that it has anything to do with me.
But this is a great chance for you to have the family you always wanted, Luke. I really think you could love this child and be a great father to it. You could even learn to love me again, right? I know you're a wonderful man, and you could forgive me if you wanted to.
Contact me again when the baby is born and you want us to take a paternity test. Until then, I don't want anything to do with you.
How could you be so cruel, Luke? I need you right now. I really don't think I deserve to be treated like this. You're not considering all of the things I've done for you and your parents for the past few years. You should treat me like family.
I tried treating you like family, but you just deceived me and cheated on me. This pregnancy and the problems you have because of it are just a result of your behavior.
I promise you, Luke, if you can look past that history and just forgive me, I'll never do that to you again. I just really need you to help me out right now.
How can I believe that you'll change? You act just like your dad, trying to justify yourself when you've done something wrong. Are you sure you're not going to turn out just like him? He never stopped cheating on your mom, even after she started to get sick, right?
How do you know all of that? Have you been spying on me or something? I swear I've never told anyone that stuff.
It doesn't matter how I know. It matters that it's the truth. You've always been protecting that man whenever he was rude to me or my family. But it turns out that he's just a cruel and deceitful person who likes to pretend he's better than everyone else. And you'll probably turn out just like him. I feel sorry for you and the baby you're going to bring into that environment. But unless you can prove it's my child, I am not prepared to do anything for you.
So you're just gonna let me and my baby face the world alone?
You have got yourself into the situation, Olivia. You've got to learn to take responsibility for your actions. I can't just let you get away with cheating on me.
I'm begging you, Luke. You can't leave me on my own like this. Luke!
I didn't block Olivia straight away. I was actually concerned for her and her baby, and I wanted to know how she was getting on. I was expecting her to text again a few weeks later to see if I really wouldn't take her back, and maybe again a few times more until the baby was born. But a few days afterwards, I got one short message from her saying that the pregnancy was a misunderstanding. The doctor called it a chemical pregnancy, and it wasn't happening. I was very relieved to hear that. Not only because I didn't want to have a baby with a woman I don't love, but because I would have worried for the child if it turned out to be Jared's and not mine. When I think back, there were definitely times when I loved Olivia and would have done anything for her. I was prepared to forgive any kind of bad behavior from her father, and I thought that was just something everyone accepted about their parents-in-law. It took me a really long time to get over Olivia. She was my first love, and for a while, I thought that she was the love of my life. But I had the cafe to keep me busy, so I just threw myself into that and I tried to forget all about her. I found someone else to work on the cakes and pastries, and I found that it was actually much easier to rely on someone I wasn't supposed to be in a relationship with. It's been a couple of years now, and the whole thing with Olivia feels like a distant past. The cafe is doing really well now. We're even opening a new branch across town next month. It's sad that Olivia never got to experience the satisfaction of building a business like this and seeing it succeed. She messaged me a few times after the last message, but I never responded. After we sold the house, she moved back in with her father. Verity told me that they didn't get on very well, and Olivia started getting mad with him, and now they don't speak anymore. I think she still sees Jared, but they're not officially together, and there's no sign of her getting married. I think Jared still leeches off her, and she has to work hard to pay for everything he demands. I don't know if Olivia's planning on making a change in her life so that she starts treating people with more respect, but I think being stuck in a dead-end relationship like that is punishment enough for her. I hope she sees how successful the cafe has been and regrets letting me down like that. Me and my new partner and my parents are all much better off without her. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more content.
Thomas, is everything all right? I'm getting a little worried. It's been almost 15 minutes since you said you'd quickly run to the bathroom. Are you feeling sick all of a sudden? We have to start boarding for our flight soon. Do you need me to bring you some medicine or something? Please let me know how you're feeling as soon as you can. I'm really worried about you. If you aren't feeling well, we should just go ahead and cancel our plans for our honeymoon.
I'm sorry for keeping you waiting and worrying you. I'll be right there. There's no need to cancel anything. I didn't think it would take so long, but there were a lot of people already waiting when I got there and everything, so it took me a moment.
Thomas? Are you really sure you're okay? As soon as we set our bags down, you ran off to the restroom again. If you've got a stomach bug or something, you should have told me. We could always postpone our honeymoon. It won't be any fun for you if you're stuck throwing up the whole time. Please tell me how you're feeling. Don't worry about the trip. I'm not upset with you at all. Don't you think it's from breakfast this morning, or is it something else? I remember you mentioned something about your eggs when we went out. I think that we should stop by a hospital as soon as we land to make sure we know what's wrong. Don't you? We can get you some antibiotics if you need them. But we won't know unless we go.
I'm okay, I promise. We don't need to go to the hospital. I'll be totally fine. I'm really not feeling all that bad anyway, so there's no reason to go to any doctor or anything. We should just enjoy our honeymoon. I'll be back to our seats in just a little bit. Please don't worry about me. I'll be okay and we'll have a great time together.
Are you sure? I don't want you to have an awful time because of this. If you really insist that you're feeling okay, then I trust you. But if you start feeling worse, you have to tell me, all right? I don't want you to put up with being sick just for me.
Of course, I promise I'll tell you if I start feeling worse. I'm sorry I keep making you worry so much. I feel bad.
I'm sorry for texting you so much while you're sick in the bathroom.
It's okay. I'll be alright and back soon. What's wrong?
You went to the restroom in the back on the right side, didn't you?
What? Why do you ask?
Well, the guy sitting in front of us just got back to his seat from waiting at the restroom a moment ago. He told the person sitting next to him that while he was waiting, he could hear a woman and a man's voices coming from inside the bathroom.
Huh? Why are you mentioning that? Are you asking if that's me? Of course it isn't. I just don't want to have to come back again in a few minutes, so I'm taking my time. I was gonna use that restroom because it was the closest, but the sign said it was in use. I had to use a different one further down the aisle towards the back and on the other side. I was in a hurry, so I don't remember exactly which one I went in, but it's not the one close to our seats. I don't know why you would think that's me.
I see. I'm sorry for pestering you so much while you're feeling sick.
I don't know what kind of person would use a restroom on a plane for something like that. That's just crazy. I'll be back in a moment. Please wait for me just a bit longer.
I trust you. I'm sorry. I hope you're feeling okay. Take your time if you need to. Hi there, Mary. I hope you're doing okay. I was wondering if I could bother you for just a moment. Are you busy right now? I'd like to talk to you a bit if you have a little bit of time.
Jenna, what's the problem? Is something wrong? We're supposed to gather at the hotel lobby this evening, aren't we? Is it about our plans for today? You're on your honeymoon, too. Your husband doesn't mind if I take up a little bit of your time? I don't want to intrude, especially on such a special time for you two.
Right, about that. It turns out that he hasn't been feeling very well. Ever since we arrived at the airport yesterday, he's been feeling sick.
Oh, that's awful. Is he all right?
Well, he said he'd feel better if he took some medicine and stayed in the hotel room to rest. But it's all a bunch of lies.
What do you mean? He isn't actually feeling sick?
We had a few different reservations booked for today for our honeymoon. Thomas insisted that it would be a waste if we canceled everything and that I should go enjoy myself today while he rested. He acted like he was just being considerate for my well-being and that he didn't want me to get sick or not enjoy myself during our honeymoon. But after about 10 minutes, my sister came to our room and he invited her in. I could hear them through the door, Mary.
Thomas is seeing your sister. Are you absolutely sure it was Raina? I just can't believe it. I mean, I always knew how she was with men, but I'm in shock. How could she do this to you? To her own sister?
I know it's hard to believe.
I almost couldn't believe it either, and I saw it firsthand. But it looks like it's true. It was a good thing I realized I'd forgotten my jacket. I went back to my room and I could hear what was going on. I even opened the door just a bit to make sure I wasn't just imagining things, but they were so caught up in one another that they didn't even notice. I'm so sorry, Jenna. That's just awful to find out on your honeymoon. Now that I think about it all, I realize that maybe Raina was on the same flight as us. I'm almost sure of it. The whole time he's been acting so strange. I noticed it ever since we got to the airport, but I would never have thought this was the reason. It really is unbelievable she's been doing this. I really am sorry. Are you okay? I can't imagine how you're feeling right now. I'm managing. I think I'll be okay. Well, how about we move our plans up? I'm free right now, so let's meet and we can talk about things more.
Really? If you don't have any other plans?
You're going through some really difficult times right now, and it's not good to be alone, right? If there's anything I can do to help, I want to do whatever I can.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're always there for me when I need you.
Where are you right now? I can go to meet you.
I left our hotel a little bit ago, but I just went up the street to this little outlet mall and have been pacing around.
I think I know the place. I go there all the time. I'll meet you there soon. I'll try not to keep you waiting too long, but I need to get ready. I'll probably be there in about an hour if you can keep yourself busy till then.
Don't worry, I can definitely find something to do in the meantime. I have a few things to take care of. I'll see you later then.
Oh, what might that be?
There's a few people I'd like to call, so you can take your time.
Ah, I see. Still, I'll try to hurry so you aren't waiting too long. I'll see you in a bit, okay?
It's no problem, and thank you again. I'll see you in an hour. Thomas, how are you feeling? Have you been able to get any sleep?
I could get a little sleep, but I'm still not feeling great, to be honest. I'm still dizzy and a little bit nauseous, but it's definitely not as bad as it was earlier today and yesterday. I'm glad you could find some medicine when we landed. I think it's been helping a lot.
I see. It's good to hear that you're feeling at least a little bit better.
What have you been up to today? I hope you've been able to enjoy yourself. We had planned to be at the botanical gardens around this time, right? Did you end up going?
Mary came to see me and we've been spending a bit of time together.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that she lives pretty close by. I'm glad you didn't have to spend the day by yourself. I feel so bad that I'm not feeling well.
Yes, it has been nice.
By the way, originally you and Mary were supposed to meet later this evening, weren't you? Are you still planning on going out together for dinner?
I don't know. What are you going to do?
I'll probably just order something to the room, or have something delivered. Then I'll keep trying to rest. After I eat, I'll try to take another nap. Hopefully I'll be feeling better afterwards. It'll be nice to see you when you get back after dinner with Mary. I'll be waiting for you.
I see. Well then, I suppose after I finish up eating with Mary and I see her off, I'll just go home by myself.
Wait, why are you going home?
You're still not feeling well. It's hardly a honeymoon if you're stuck in bed, right? I don't want to go around sightseeing and doing things by myself. I'd rather stay at home and relax.
I'm sure I'll be feeling better tomorrow. You don't need to go back home. We can still spend some time together for our honeymoon.
No, I don't think we will. I'm going to go home. I think that this honeymoon has turned out to be pretty meaningless, if I'm being honest.
What are you talking about? Why do you think it's meaningless? I told you I'll probably be okay tomorrow. We can still do things together.
That's okay. I think I'll pass. I'm going to eat and go home. I want to relax at home.
What is wrong with you? Why are you acting like this out of nowhere? Are you just gonna leave me here in the hotel room? How could you take off while your husband isn't feeling well? How can you just abandon me like that? That's pretty awful of you.
Awful? Really? Are you sure about that? Who's really being awful between the two of us? I don't think it's me.
What has come over you? You are being absolutely ridiculous over nothing. How can you make the decision to end this honeymoon by yourself and take off without me? Hey.
Oh, hey there. How are you feeling? Any better?
You didn't seriously go back home, did you? This better be a joke.
Of course I went home. Why would I joke about that? It was very convenient for me that they had some space on the next flight back. I didn't have any trouble at all.
Are you serious?
I am very serious. I've already left.
I can't believe that you would just leave me like that.
You aren't feeling well, right? You do what you need to do to feel better.
Why are you acting like this? Do you realize that you've gone and ruined all of our plans? This is supposed to be our honeymoon and you've gone and taken off back home. Why are you doing this? Do you not care about our honeymoon? How could you just leave me? Do you really think it's okay to just abandon me? I'm your husband. I'm also still not feeling well.
Why? Do I really need to tell you?
This is all because I'm not feeling well, right? You're just taking it out on me because we can't enjoy our honeymoon like we wanted to, but it isn't my fault. But even though I wasn't feeling well, I tried to do everything I could to let you go and enjoy yourself while I was resting. I wanted you to have a good time even though I wasn't feeling well. Now you just want to take off and ruin everything. How could you be so selfish?
Oh boy. You still think that's the reason, don't you?
Why else? If that's not what this is about, then why have you been acting like this out of nowhere?
It's because my husband has been spending a little bit too much time with my younger sister.
Wait, what?
You know, I had a really bad feeling ever since we got to the airport to start our trip. Something just didn't feel right.
What are you talking about?
Do you think that playing dumb is going to save you at this point? It's too late. The whole thing with the plain bathroom that I'd confronted you about, it was you after all, wasn't it?
What? No, I told you already, it wasn't me.
Oh, sure, it couldn't have been you. You'd been fooling around in the airport bathroom too, I'm sure of it.
Why don't you believe me? I told you it wasn't me on the plane. And I was sick at the airport. Why are you accusing me of this? Did your sister do something to upset you that you're now making all of these accusations?
You are such a piece of work. I already told you it's too late. You can't lie your way out of this anymore. The cat's out of the bag. I know all about the cheating.
What do you mean? I'm not cheating.
Stop it. It's too late. This morning when I left the hotel on my own to spend my honeymoon without my husband, I found out you'd been stabbing me in the back. I realized I'd forgotten something and was going to go back to her room to get it. Boy, was I in for a surprise.
What are you talking about?
I saw you. I saw both of you. You were too caught up in your stupid little game that you didn't notice me. I saw you and Raina with my own 2 eyes. How are you going to try and lie and gaslight me when I know what I saw? You had such a miraculous recovery from your illness once she was fooling around with you in the hotel room.
You're lying. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been trying to rest to get better.
You didn't waste any time calling her into the room when I left. I hadn't gotten far before I realized what I'd forgotten. Maybe only a few minutes. Are you going to try and tell me it's just a coincidence that Raina is staying in the same hotel as us? I can't imagine the two of you would have been able to pull off such a feat without that being the case.
No, you don't understand. This is all a misunderstanding.
Did you really think that you could turn this honeymoon into a little getaway to cheat on me?
No, you've got it all wrong.
I'm going to find out the full extent of your cheating, whether you fess up or not, so it'll all come out soon enough one way or another, and everyone will be joining you in the hotel room soon enough.
What do you mean? Who is everyone?
Well, not me. I don't particularly want to see you, that's for sure. I thought I'd leave everything to you to handle.
Handle what? What are you planning? Tell me what's going on. Jenna, what are you doing? Why are my parents here? What were you thinking? Did you tell them to come here? Is this some kind of joke to you?
Did you already forget? They were planning to have a bit of a reunion trip together. I thought it'd be nice of me to invite them to our hotel too.
I totally forgot about their plans.
I figured you did. It was so convenient that they were planning to go to the same place as us for our honeymoon. Don't you think so? No one had any objections to coming to meet after I'd updated them on the situation. They were more than willing to put their trip on hold.
Wait, what do you mean? You already told them what happened?
By the way, they've all already got reservations for accommodations so they can stay for the evening. Also conveniently in the same hotel.
How did they get reservations to the same hotel?
Mary's friend happens to be the manager of the hotel. She was so kind to help with squeezing in the reservations. When I explained my situation, they were also willing to set aside one of the dining halls so there'd be more than enough room for our parents and you to discuss everything that's happened. There will be more than enough time for you to explain yourself to everyone. Raina will be there too. I'm sure you're happy to hear that since you've been getting along so well. I'm looking forward to hearing about how it all goes.
I can't believe you went out of your way to set all of this up. Jenna, I've submitted everything left for the divorce. I went ahead and had the alimony payment sent to your account as well.
Finally, some good news. I appreciate you letting me know.
You know, now that I think about it, this divorce is something we should celebrate.
Is that so? Why do you say that?
Well, because Raina and I will be able to get married now. I plan on proposing to her first thing tomorrow. Now that everything with the divorce will be concluded, it'll be the perfect time to do it.
Just like that?
While your parents may have disowned her, I don't think I'll meet another young and beautiful girl like her. I can't let her slip through my fingers. It looks like everything will turn out all right for me in the end.
I think you spoke too soon. I wouldn't be so sure about that.
What are you talking about? What could possibly go wrong now? At this point, I'm in the clear.
Because Raina's already married. I don't know if she's looking to add one more to that equation.
What? She's married? Since when?
Well, I guess for a month or so at least. She got pregnant with some wealthy businessman's kid. It seems like she decided to take up a bit of responsibility, and the two of them got married not long after.
You've got to be kidding me. When did this happen? Why didn't I hear anything about it? After I've had to cover all of these costs from the divorce, she went and got married?
I don't know how exactly Raina acted when she was with you, but that's par for the course with that girl. I wouldn't expect any less from her. I don't know what you were hoping for, to be honest.
I can't believe this.
Really? I can believe it. She would always brag about how many people she had wrapped around her fingers. She always claimed to have backup whenever one of her many relationships fell apart.
Are you saying that she's still like that even now?
Of course. But now that she's decided to get married, maybe she tied up all of those loose ends.
How did I not know about any of this?
She probably waited until she didn't need you anymore before tossing you and the rest aside.
I can't believe she would do this to me after everything we've been through, after everything I've done.
None of that really matters to me anyway. My parents and I have had more than enough of her immature nonsense. And now that things are finished between you and I don't want to have any contact with you either. I hope you aren't too heartbroken. You've made your bed. Now lie in it. Thomas must have taken the fallout pretty hard. He stormed into Raina's husband's workplace and caused a bit of chaos. Since he figured out about the existence of her new husband, he demanded that a DNA test be done after Raina's child was born to determine who its parents were. It turns out that it was actually Thomas and Raina's child. Raina's wealthy husband demanded a divorce as well as financial compensation as a result of all the chaos Thomas caused in his company. Even still, Thomas wanted to marry Raina, and not long after they filed for their marriage to be official. Thomas is now working day to day to pay back the debts he now owed. It seems that Raina may be feeling some regret after everything that she's gone through. And while Thomas doesn't want to get divorced again, he doesn't seem to be holding up all that well either. Neither of them seem to be happy, and regret is eating away at the both of them. I've talked with my parents about our concerns for the future of Raina's child if their situation remains as bleak as it is now. We're considering our options for taking care of the child if possible. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video and want to see more like it, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe.